Yes, guys, how are we all doing? I'm doing a bit of a vital marathon at the moment, and this is a sick one. I wanted to share it with you guys today. It's called Hot Springs Eternal, version 2. It's better than version 1 was. Anyway, let's have a quick listen, then I'll break down the sound. So got a really nice, almost like dance floor lead kind of sound, I would say maybe. Could be used in many genres though, and I think it sounds great. And yeah, I sort of stumbled across it by accident, as I always do with sound design, with the especially with the different pitches that I used. So if we break down what we've got 3 oscillators, and very simple again, just 2 saw waves and 1 sine wave, right? So a saw wave at plus 11. You can try and follow along if you like, but I'm not sure if you'll get it perfect, but you can try. Yeah, saw wave at, we'll mute this for a moment as well. Saw wave at plus 11, has that muted it? Yes, okay. Plus 11. Then another saw wave at minus 5. And then a sine wave at minus 17. So, you know, I could have done something more on the root note with one of them being at 0, but I basically, as I was designing it, I kept changing the pitch over and over again, because the first goal is to get that texture. Like, I'm not so concerned with having everything perfect, you know? The tone, sorry. Then what I've done is I've put on a phaser negative filter on everything here and driven it up quite high, 6 dB or so. And this actually puts movement into the sound, just because of the way that it's distorting everything. That actually starts the movement, you know? Which is crazy, right? Then I can already put on the distortion if you want to hear the movement exaggerated more. And the little compressor beforehand. Okay, but that's basically, yeah, the tonality. There is movement already in the patch a little bit, but the tonality kind of changes and the movement gets exaggerated together through the distortion on the filter, and then through the soft clipping distortion and a little bit of the compressor used as a saturation tool. All right. But next, what I did was I put on a little bit of movement here, right? Bit of movement on the fine tuning. So on the LFO1 here, nice and slow, 8/1 triangle. I fine tune the top oscillator up like 0.34, so it actually starts to detune more. So as it goes up, it detunes more, right? There's a tiny bit of cut-off movement on the filter as well, but it's so minimal. But next, what I did before I did any more effects was I actually bent all of the waveforms, right? So the saw wave up here, this saw wave, and the sine wave, I added some bend onto all of them to change the tonality and kind of make one of the saw waves a bit softer and sort of change the sine wave up a bit. But the bend is great to have like subtle tonality changes in the oscillators. So I still am always a big fan of bend. All right, let's move on then to the effects. So like I said, I use the compressor as a little saturation because it adds this sort of extra high end. It almost changes the high end essentially as well. Yeah, the distortion about almost 10 dB. It brings out that movement and drive in the low mids, right? Chorus next, only about 5%, but adds quite a lot of room, stereo sound even at 5%. A little delay, 15%. Lovely little ping pong bits. Little boost with an EQ around, where am I here? 150 Hertz. Yeah, quite a key area for the low mids. Just sounded great to boost there. little high-end shelf as well. And we're almost done here, guys. Phaser positive filter mixed in 24%. Down here we're about 273 on the cutoff. Just trying to sculpt out a bit of a shape in the mid-range still. A bit of flanging as well, my favourite, 12%. At 4/1. You can mix this to taste. Move the centre point around a bit. Always feel like it gives me a bit more of a natural sound once I've used it, even if it's just 10 or 15%. And then a touch of reverb to finish, 6%. Alright, and that's it. That's basically it. But how nice does it sound? And I originally was messing around with this. The version 1 was more like this. Or something like, just really random and weird. And then I put it back up to 11, and then I was like, okay, that's how it probably should sound. But anyway, I love the way this one sounds. Really great, like, dance floor lead kind of vibe that you could definitely go and use in a tune. So that's it. I'm going to keep this nice and short again. That's the patch done and covered. Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, let's have one more quick little listen. So may I also remind you, if you want any of my Vital presets, I've got loads on my website, bundles as well, and also phase plant presets, and one current pack as well. Check them out, links are down below. Also, if you want to learn more about synthesis one-on-one with me, something I offer in my classes as well, you can book your class via the links down below. Everything's linked down below, don't worry. And also, if you want to join my Patreon, really appreciate that. Come and get inside my Discord and yeah, be part of the crew, and we can plan some more feedback live streams in the future as well. All right, my G's, that's enough from me today. More from me very soon. Much love.